Civil rights infringements is something that need to be defined, because what one man's civil rights is another thing that a person has always assumed was there for them. I don't think you'd hear very many Anglos talking about civil rights, because the assumption is that anything that's out there, they're entitled to have.
We're going to march. We're going to walk together. We're going to stand together. We're going to sing together. We're going to stay together. We're going to moan together. We're going to groan together. And after a while, we'll say, freedom, freedom, freedom now!
I was the first African American elected to public office in Austin. When I was elected to the school board, it was 2 days after Martin Luther King was assassinated in 1968. I don't think if John Kennedy had been president when I ran for the school board, it would have made any impact. I think the combination of Lyndon Johnson replacing John Kennedy made a lot of difference.
Every time someone had tried to make any real changes in the laws of the United States as far as civil rights were concerned, the people in the South were strongly opposed to that. So Johnson had to fight a lot of the people who had elected him majority leader, a lot of his close friends, senators that he had grown up with and congressmen that he'd served with. So it was one of the most significant legislative battles that was ever fought.
My fellow Americans, I am about to sign into law the Civil Rights Act of 1964. I want to take this occasion to talk to you about what that law means to every American.
I went to Austin High, which was a predominantly white upper income high school, and I was looked upon as someone from the east side that was a gang member and dirty and always fighting and stuff. So I was pretty much isolated in high school. And maybe I look back now as that it could be a blessing, because it gave me the opportunity to look at issues, and it made me determined to get an education and to fight these injustices, because it was very unreasonable. They came in and built 2 units, and also happened on this other side, and they sold them. Each unit is sold. And this is going on all over East Austin, where we're losing all our affordable housing to these type of development, and that's where the gentrification comes in. I never thought that by cleaning up my neighborhood, eliminating crime, that it was going to lead to where we were being forced to move out because of higher property taxes. I did not see that coming at all. Well, the civil rights, it should be celebrated of what it accomplished. It made the nation aware of the plight of the poor in this country, and until we recognize that it hasn't been won, we're always going to be where we're always going to be celebrating the civil rights, but we haven't accomplished our goal, which is a safe environment, affordable housing, a decent job, and food, that we can feed our children.
I used to say that crossing I-35 was like crossing the Red Sea. It took an act of God to part it. So I think that in the sense of everybody being comfortable with the differences, everybody saying, well, you aren't robbing me, or you can represent me as well as I represent myself, or your values are the same as mine, and that's okay. We've still got a long way to go.
I believe that if we're going to really have real, true integration in the city of Austin and in our state and our country, we're going to have a spiritual integration as well as a physical integration. Laws can change a lot of things, but people are going to have to believe in their hearts that people are equal.
The meaning of our struggle, and we are therefore forever indebted to those Americans represented by the March on Washington movement for giving us so stunning an example
of what America aspires to become, and for helping us to redefine, in the middle of this dangerous century, what is meant by the American Revolution.
I believe that the real significance of what we have started here today is that we have laid the groundwork for the building of a functioning, broad coalition of Americans who can carry on not only the common struggle to achieve an effective and meaningful civil rights legislation, but who can do this practical work, the day-to-day job of fighting discrimination in education, in housing, in employment, in public accommodations. And I think this is the true significance of what we have started today.
Leave